All right, today, Wike's special assistant was on the Rice TV. Okay, now this guy, he almost had a fight with RUFAIOSENI. The video is a very interesting one, guys. I want you to watch the video, okay? The interview between him and RUFAIOSENI. All right. After that, I'm coming back to analyze the video. Then, before you watch the other part of the video, because in the course of the interview, right, the guy indicted Wike with his mouth. Please watch this video to the end. All right, before you dive into this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and please help me share. Thank you.
Lalere Olayinka, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us on the morning show.
Well, good morning, my very senior colleagues, sir.
Good morning.
I greet you so specially. And good morning to my junior colleague, Hussein Rufai. 10 million.
Okay, real quickly, let me come to you on this. What was the condition in the terms you guys gave them for the regularization of the land in the first place? What conditions? What amount were they meant to pay? I want to hear from the horse's mouth. What were the conditions
Mr. Hussein Rufai, using the word "you guys" on us is insulting.
No, you guys, I mean the FCDA commission, the minister and all of that, all right? So the FCDA commission...
Use the correct word.
Please, it's no, Mr. Lalere Olayinka, you can't come here and teach me my job.
I'm coming.
Please, with due respect, I will not come and encroach on your job because you came in here and you said also, you can't come and teach. It's not about age. I'm just asking you questions. Just answer the question, Mr. Olayinka. All right.
I said I am your senior on this job, so I can teach you.
Answer the question. You guys, I'm talking about the FCDA. What were the terms of the contract? Just go ahead, please.
I'm answering your question, and in answering your question, I can also teach you because I am your senior on this job.
I mean, it's not a case of age or seniority here. Just answer the question.
The condition. This is the letter written to that company. This is the letter written to the company, and the conditions are well stated. Pay ground rent, pay this, and I can see the condition as there. You pay.
What are the terms? Can you read it out? Can you read it out? Can you tell us the terms? How much is it in total?
Well, the terms is here. The light, okay, premium on the land, which is 2,330,000. Okay, let me put it this way. Premium on the land.
Do you have a total there? Just tell me the total, Mr. Olayinka. Tell me the total of the amount.
I'm talking about 2.3 million. I'm coming. 2.3 million, 11 million, and 43 million. That will amount to like 11 plus 43. That is 54 plus 2. That is about 57 million. That is about 67 million.
Okay, so you're saying 67 million.
67 million.
Okay, Mr. Olayinka, you're saying it's 67 million they were supposed to pay. I want to also talk to you about, she also made another allegation of a certain Mr. Chinda owning a company that is linked to your boss. What's your clarification on that? I challenged her on that, but I want to get also your clarification on that. So, and has that company paid that 67 million?
Let me say this clearly. Assuming but not conceding that company you are talking about belongs to Honorable Chinda. Number one, the question I want to also ask you is that, are we saying that because Nyesom Wike, who is from Rivers State, is a minister of FCT, anyone from Rivers State cannot be allocated land in the FCT? That is one. Are we also saying that because Chinda worked with Wike in the past, like 15, 16, 17 years ago, because of that, if he now needs a land, if a land is vacant and he applies to buy, he cannot be allocated that land? The issue is we are getting too sentimental. There are two issues here. And the first is, I'm coming. Does Polosa have any claim to the land? The answer is no. They don't have any claim to that land. Does the government have right to sell the land to whoever that is willing to pay? The government has right to sell his land.
Okay, so
no,
so can I come in here, please? Mr. Alenka, ask the questions. Let me ask the questions.
Yeah, you can come in. Yes, you can.
So
yes, you can come
I'm asking, has Chinda's company now paid for that land that you said Polosa couldn't pay for all this while?
I'm not agreeing with you as Chinda's company.
No,
I'm telling you that.
No, I'm just asking a question.
The person to whom. Okay,
as the question, Mr. Larry Olayinka, please just listen to me.
As paid.
Mr. Larry Olayinka, so the company that Chinda is involved in has paid for that land already. That's why you guys are enforcing the ejection for Polosa, right? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Have they paid for it?
A letter was written to Polosa. I'm coming. A letter was written to Polosa dated October 10, telling Polosa that offer that we gave you 20 months ago, we are revoking it because you did not honor the terms and conditions.
Okay, no, cut to the chase.
Like I said the other
Mr. Olayinka, Mr. Olayinka, cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. Has Chinda's company now paid for that land? The one they've reallocated to now, has he paid for the land?
Wait, the company to which the land has now been allocated has paid, and all documents has been handed to the company.
Okay, when did they pay?
You don't get documents of government.
No, when did they pay? We just want to get the clarity of it.
When did they pay?
When did they pay?
Well, from this letter that I'm showing you, the offer that was given to Polosa was revoked via this letter of October 10.
Can I ask my last question?
So
can I ask my last question?
Yes.
Did they inform Polosa?
You can ask, yes.
Did they inform Polosa that Chinda company company was about to pay and the offer was about to be taken off the table? Or they just informed Polosa that the offer is taken off the table? Did they give them the right of first refusal when Chinda's company was about to pay?
Wait, they already had offer. They had offer since February 1.
Mr. Olayinka, we both agree. Listen to me. Just listen to me. Mr. Olayinka, just listen to me.
I'm coming. Let me finish this. Let me finish this. I'll listen to you. Let me finish this, I beg. Let me finish this, I beg. Polosa got an offer on February 1 last year. That offer was revoked on October 10 this year. So any other transaction thereafter will not involve Polosa. It doesn't. All
right, thank you so much for watching. Now, a quick one. Here is my observation. When this guy arrived at the studio, he said good morning to Mr. Abati, my senior, and he deliberately said, Rufai was not the only one, the Abiola was there. He said to my junior, you understand, Rufai. Okay, now, the minute I'll read to that number one, you see, you will see someone who came with a mindset of a lot of gossip talk, right? As be table down before he appeared on the TV, right? And a lot of bad mouthing, number one. Number two, if I'm your senior in any discipline, right? In any area of life, I don't need to remind you I'm your senior. Reminding you speaks of two things. Number one, it is either you are doing well in that same thing and you are doing better than me. So I have to remind you in order to still feel important, feel relevant, that I'm your senior. Number two, it also means I've got low self-esteem, or there's a word, inferiority complex. I'm battling with inferiority complex. That's the reason I need to remind you. So I want to address that. Now, moving on. Why the fuse? Why did he get upset? Well, Rufai said, you guys. Number one, he's referring to FCDA. The person he's talking about is not referring to just you, neither is he referring to just Wike, your boss or something, to the body involved. So when he said you guys, like you people, you understand? You guys, they say nothing wrong with that. Why the anger? Number 3, he said the total money this woman was supposed to pay, the Polosa estate we are supposed to pay, is around 50 something million, 60 something million naira. Okay. Now, that's why they are in a hurry to pull down the whole estate. A couple of months ago, an estate agent sent me some buildings in Abuja. Some buildings. The thing that made me that killed my interest, you understand, that made me to shift interest, is because of this, demolition that happened in Abuja and in Lagos. But can I shock you? Some of these buildings he said, you see there's one duplex, it has a little underground. That one was going for about 1.2 or 1.3 billion. Wow, that was going about for 2 point something billion or 1.7 billion. I'm talking of single building. Are you guys understand? Are you guys understanding me, please? Now, if a single building, I'm not even talking of area of those life camp, if you are used to Abuja, then you are talking of a single building that runs into adapt. If you can get in good places in Abuja, you can get less than $1 billion. You are talking of hundreds of millions and not hundreds of billions. You are not talking of estate. You are in the order to put that estate that British reside, Italians reside, Indians reside, foreign nationals reside. You are in the hurry to put them there because it is something 7 million. Are you kidding me? You the why me? Guys, do you understand? Lastly, why is it that is a person who worked with Wike Chanda that bought this place that is for living in? Anyway, I don't want to bore you with many questions. Please, I'd like to see your take on this video. The rest part of the video you are going to watch now is more interesting than the one you have watched. Okay, where they said to Wike to say, I've said that is the guy dead mannerless. In that definition of wicked, that's what they call wickedness. Wicked. Please, as we delve into it proper now, do me a favor, please like this video, please share, let all Nigeria see it. Hello.
And I'm going to point out some points. At first, Wike, yeah, we know he talks in the manner he talks, but it's very disrespectful of people. And I think we expect more. Please, Dr. Abati, you served in cabinet. Did they have a ministerial conduct book?
They have a retreat, I'm sure they
No, a ministerial conduct book on how a minister should speak in public.
You have a monitoring and evaluation unit.
No, I think they should have a conduct book. Guidelines for the things ministers should speak.
Correct.
I think they should put a book so that you should have a ministerial conduct book rule. That's that on that. But I have a big problem. I'm not siding with Madam Metalori Ogbedo and everything. I deliberately asked Larry Olayinka a couple of questions. Number one, when did the FCT write Madam Rita Lori that they've revoked the land? He told us the dates. The question is, what was the process behind selling that place to Chinda's company and allocating it to Chinda's company? What was the due process follows? Why was it a company that had Chinda's interest in there? Why wasn't she informed of Affairs of Right to Freedom that we are reallocated it to this person and he was about to pay already?
Yes.
What happened in that deal of allocating that place to Chinda's company? Secondly, what is the modus operandi of the ministers allocating land? Is that his discretion? Was there a bidding process?
Was there a bidding process?
Was there a tenders process? Yeah. I think those are the things we should look at. Yes, you might say they've not been able to perfect their papers and all of that. You give them a threshold and everything. But before you sell something, there should be a right of first refusal. Or, like you said, timelines that, okay, the next 1 or 2 weeks. And another part was citing the law of equity, like you were talking about. Yes. That if you go to court, these people have been there for a while, over 40 years, and you are not come to claim. And then the third thing we should ask the minister is, why the rush? Why all of a sudden? The next place is spot of call on that. Because see, Life Camp, yes, he said they allocated them to company, but it had become a convention. I knew people that built there, that have sold their own place. It's not only one company, all those construction companies were given Life Camp. So why all of a sudden, that's something that was there for a while, and that we had come to know that Life Camp was because of this construction company. And see, they didn't only just give them that land. They developed it. It was this construction company put together that developed it. So what happened in that middle? So I think these are the questions we should ask. What was the modus operandi of even selling it to interest? Did he bid? Did he open tender and everything?
But I think
that should be part of the investigation.
I think the matter is so unfortunate now because I heard your guest saying that they're not, whether she comes back to apply for the land, they're not going to give her the land. They only gave her
sold it back
20 months.
Was that
enough time?
Oh, they just sent her a letter
what was the remainder of the conversation?
They didn't even give her notice when they bought.
Right.
They just sent her a letter saying they've revoked because somebody else have paid for it.
Right.
So at least I was able to force Lily Olayinka to say that on national TV. That somebody that paid for it at their back without informing the woman.
Well, Dr. Abati, I guess she can go to court. Yes? Yes, I guess.
The point I was making earlier, even with Lady Olayinka, is that under the law of property, possession is 99% of the law. Somebody has taken your land for 40 years, if indeed it's your land, and developed it. And then you come back as the Nigerian government 40 years later, where the principle in equity is that equity does not aid in indolence.
All right.
If you slip on your rights, the law of equity will find in favor of the other. But that's for the court to determine.
And we'll continue to talk on TV.
So there will be equitable remedies involving this.
We'll continue
that's why they should go to court. Go to court.
And we'll continue to talk on TV, Dr. Abati.
Like Madam Rita Lori asked for President Tinubu, please let the court work.
All right. Well, all right.
When they say go